Hi friends, today I'll talk about numbers. Let's talk about numbers. If you are an adult or a child or a student, right, you must be dealing with numbers knowingly or unknowingly. Specifically during the childhood days when a student start learning about the numbers, especially in class 6th, 7th, 8th, right, there are things which are not clear. We just read it and wrote it, right? Let's talk about numbers. So what are numbers? If I give you an analogy, right? Let's take a road. Okay, let's take a road. Okay, so this is a road, and there are people walking on the road. Okay. Yeah, people walking on the road, right? Let's take this as an analogy, right? So these are real people walking on the real road. Okay. I'm taking this as a real number. So this is an analogy for real numbers. They are pretty real. They walk, go left, right, and front. People, and we do, some people, religious people or other people also, they believe in heaven and hell. So there is something called, which they say as a heaven or a hell. Those are not proven. That's just imaginary, right, in people's mind. We can have an analogy for heaven or hell as imaginary. Right, so that's imaginary number. The lowest unit for that imaginary number is under root -1, right? Root of negative is not defined, so root of -1, that's imaginary, right? So these are real, these are imaginary, right? Let's go to the real number, right? So there are real people walking on the road, right? In the real people, you'll find some people who think, whose behavior can be predicted, who think mindfully, and there are people who are not predictable, who you cannot predict what they will speak, what they are talking, and what they think. So some people think rationally, with proper logic and all, and some people think or talk irrationally, right? So they do not talk with logic or with any concept, or you cannot predict that particular behavior and what he or she is talking. So analogy for rational number and irrational number, right? A rational is something which can be predicted or which is rational. If I give an example of a particular thing which distinguishes between rational and irrational is, rational is non-terminating repeating decimal. This is one of the part. So non-terminating repeating decimal is something 0.3333. So this is quite predictable, right? Terminating is same number as repeating. But irrational number, say 0.1010001000. So this is irrational behavior. This is called irrational number because the number is not predictable. It's non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. So we have got, right, the analogy. Rational people and irrational people, you can relate it to rational number and irrational number, right? Now we have got rational and irrational. Now we'll talk about under rational people, right? You'll have some people, with who are bodily perfect, like from the body they are perfect, right? That we may call as an integer, right? that means their body is perfect, their health, their body is perfect, and they are looking fine from outside. So that we may call as an integer, right? Under integer, you can say, so those are, you can say, this is analogous to people who look good from outside, right? Now we can say something as people who think positive, who are very positive, right? Always positive. And you can say positive as well as biased, or they are biasedly positive, something like that. So there are positive people, there are negative people who always thinks negative about everything. So those are negative, and there are some people who are neutral. So analogous to that is positive integer, negative integer, and neutral is 0. Who are not positive, not negative, they act and think according to the situation. So we distinguish positive, negative, and neutral. That is integer, right? Integer, what we said, is something who are bodily perfect, who from outside they look perfect. There may be someone who are not perfect, who are handicapped from outside. They may not look, they may have some bodily handicapped, right? That we can say as a fraction, right? 1.2, 0.5, with one hand handicapped, or something or the other, some body handicapped, that we can say. That's in analogous to maybe fraction, right? So integer, fraction we have done, positive, negative, neutral we did. Under this integer, right, now we can further go to one is whole number, and then natural. People do expect human being, if they are, or a person who is born, a child who is born, they are naturally positive. So the child who is born, he or she is naturally positive, but when he or she becomes adult, then he gets those negative thoughts and all. So otherwise he or she is quite natural. So that is why natural number. So 1, 2, 3, these are natural. Okay, and the whole number with age, we want the behavior of neutrality also in adult, right? So that is why that makes a person a whole human being. So that neutrality along with naturality becomes a whole number. And this is what I thought of saying, or I thought of elaborating more, so that you can relate to this, right? Analogy of numbers in our practical life. Maybe you can relate to that, right? I'll just tell you that real number is denoted as R, and rational number is denoted as Q, and integer is denoted as Z, and what else? Integer and whole number is denoted as W, and natural number is denoted as N. I'll make a couple of more videos related to some interesting things which especially students can relate to, and they don't have to rote it. They may enjoy it as fun. Thank you. We'll meet you in the next video.